Welcome to FitFarm, a show dedicated to creating a better life through fitness and the grappling arts. I'm Joseph Aronson.
I'm Jackie Baker. It's time to get jacked.
What's up, everybody? I am here with Daniel Miller, Kung Fu instructor in the Rockford, Illinois area. Daniel, how you doing today?
Great, yeah, doing real well.
Thanks for coming out, dude.
Okay.
Thanks for making the drive. If we could give everybody that's listening just a quick background on yourself, starting with kind of your younger years and where you're from. I know you're in the Rockford area now. Have you always kind of been in the area? Or?
Yeah. I was born in Rockford, Illinois, and I grew up here, and so yeah, I'm just getting back into the Kung Fu teaching.
Nice. So has that always been kind of a staple of yours? Have you done that since a really young age, or is that something you started later?
I mean, it wasn't. I didn't practice it formally. I mean, I practiced. I was always a shadow boxer, wrestler. I mean, I was always an all-around athlete. So yeah,
okay,
I was always into it.
Yeah. What were some of your biggest influences that kind of got you on that path?
Well, you know, I was born in 1960, so a show that you might have missed, obviously, but Kung Fu. Yeah, David
Kung
Carradine.
Fu Theater? Is that
No. This is Kung Fu with David Carradine.
Oh, okay.
And it was 72, 73, 74, and phenomenal show. Very influential show to people in my age range.
So that's kind of what got you started right there?
Oh, yeah. You know, so I started doing that. I just was into so many different sports. I didn't really specialize it, and it wasn't like it is today. I mean, this is 1974, so you know. I'm
sure like a black belt or anything was really hard to find back then, right? In the area, or
yeah, I mean, there was there were some good people, but it was real old school karate, you know.
Sure.
And a little bit of taekwondo out there, yeah.
Yeah, right. Seems like that. Now, as far as you're saying, you were an all-around athlete. Like, what sports did you grow up playing competitively?
Oh, basketball. A real good basketball player. Went to Eisenhower, got an MVP there on the basketball team. Distance running right away. Set the record at Guilford with a 4:39 mile. I just you know, sports. You know, I just didn't really get into the martial arts till later in life, but I was always practicing, you know. I was always,
sure.
You know, shadow boxing. I was big boxing fan.
So you were always into some sort of sport. Sounds like you were a 3-sport athlete then, pretty much all school year?
I played tennis. I was a distance runner, a basketball player, and even played a little football in middle school. Yeah.
Geez, so you're busy pretty much the whole school year. School gets done, you're playing a sport no matter what. It's some.
Yeah, I was always doing something. I mean, I was just always. Yeah, it was a natural thing for me. I was a natural athlete, enjoyed it, so that was just something. It was a big part of my life. Yeah.
Now, was that something that kind of ran in the family too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, my brother was an athlete. My sister, she tried. You know, she tried hard.
Well, she made a lot of good tries, huh?
Yeah.
So brother, sister, both were into sports, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
And that's kind of huge too that you have that around you, right? So that probably pushed you even more, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Were you super competitive with your brother, I imagine, or?
Well, he's 7 years older, so you know,
okay.
it didn't really come up. But my dad used to routinely take me to high school basketball games, and you know, I saw a lot of great basketball players, and so yeah, basketball was my main drive when I was a kid. And it was just very natural. Play all the time.
That was all through high school too, basketball.
I played up until played my freshman year. Started my freshman year at Guilford. And then the sophomore year, we did not have sports in Rockford.
No, at all?
No.
Wow. Yeah. No, and then did they come back the following year? Or?
Yes. But I missed. You know, we all missed a year of sports. So you know, as good as we got in our senior year, you know, you can figure we're 1 year behind. So I mean, you know, we didn't get a year.
There's a lot of development at that age too.
Oh yeah. So you know. As good as I got to, you know, in cross country as a senior, I always think to myself, well, how good could I have been, right? So,
yeah. Well, I mean, you stayed competing in sports still after high school too, right? As far as cross country or
you know, I I went to college. I went out for the University of Iowa. I'm sorry, University of Alabama's tennis team. I made it to the final cut. Didn't make that. I eventually played for Rockford College and was a collegiate tennis champion there for the conference at #2 singles. So, I always had my hand in something. I love tennis, and running. Running was my most natural sport, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was long distance running always,
Long
right?
distance. Oh,
Yes.
long distance. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then, so did you still, compete long distance too while you were
No,
out?
no. I had a knee injury that prevented me from going to college on a scholarship. So I had a knee injury my senior year during cross country.
Oh,
Yeah.
ouch.
Yeah.
That kind of put you off altogether from sports for a while? Or?
Yeah, and somehow my leg seemed to kind of heal itself. It was a slightly torn cartilage, and it kind of healed itself, and I wasn't really directed as far as sports go, and I was kind of not a directed person anyway. So I started going with tennis. Why I didn't get back into running, I kind of kicked myself. But I did have a brutal injection when I was like 14 years old that hampered me from running. So in other words, as good as I got, it was still not as good as I could have gotten. One, because we didn't know what malpractice was back then, but anyway, I experienced that. And then my what do I want to say? My sophomore year of sports, we cut
you
sports.
lost a year.
Yeah. So there was some hangups.
Yeah. So, do you think tennis was easier or harder on your knee? Because there's a lot of cutting and side to side and back and forth. Do you think running would actually probably been easier on it, or?
I just I had fine knees. My brother and sister both had. They didn't have fine knees, but I had fine knees. Like I said, I ran into a doctor, and it was a cortisone shot, and it was just kind of butchered my leg. I could, when I ran or when I tried to extend my leg, I couldn't go completely straight out. So it cut into my stride, and nevertheless, I still ran a 14:22 3 miles as a senior in high school.
Wow, that's booking, dude.
Yeah, that's fast. That's real fast. Yeah.
Are you still running?
Oh, I can't run anymore. I did have the knee reconstruction surgery, so right now I'm just going to peak, hitting the machines, be it the Stairmaster, elliptical. I mean, I can do any machine in there, so I still can practice I still practice martial arts, Tai Chi Chuan, style, yeah. But
do you do any resistance training too? Like
weight
weight
yeah,
training?
I'm a big believer in doing both. Yeah.
Yeah, has that always been a staple for you, or is that something that was introduced to you later? Kind of the
I messed around with powerlifting. I shouldn't say powerlifting, but I did real well with bench pressing, and so I explored weightlifting big time. So I know weightlifting real well too. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's funny. A lot of athletes, as far as runners or tennis players, even basketball players, back in when you were in high school, might have been kind of against the strength training, or were they encouraged still?
Oh no, we didn't know about it. I mean, again, the athletes today are just we know so much more. I mean, I think the weight training just
goes right
we
hand in
missed
hand.
it. We missed it. Yeah, we missed a lot. So
there wasn't the science out there. There wasn't
No.
No one was doing any of these sort of experimenting. You know what I mean? Having a guy go out here and, hey, you lift and you don't, and let me know. Let's compare results. There was none of that. It was just
no. I mean, as a matter of fact, even when I ran in high school, to run long distance back at that time was people thought you were a little bit nuts.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like today where you can get a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon every weekend. I mean, now running's, it's I think it's the most participant sport in the U.S. Year wide. But back then, it was kind of what are those nuts guys? What are those guys
that's
doing?
that crazy running guy. Don't talk to him.
No, that's kind of the way we were thought of. Yeah.
And then like you said, and you tell anyone you're going to lift weights, they're like, you're going to get too bulky. You can't lift weights and run, or you can't lift weights and play tennis.
I got a kick out of that because I hear that from girls a lot.
All
they say,
the time.
"Oh, I don't want to get too bulky." And I feel like saying, "No, that's the least of your worries." Just
there's guys here that have been trying to get bulky for years at this gym. You're not just going to happen overnight.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's funny. No, it's Yeah, it's too bad because there's so many people that missed out on that. I don't know if you know Mike that works out there at Peak. He's a general manager there, but same thing. He was very competitive in baseball, and he had just missed, strength training too. And now he kicks himself in the butt. But now he's actually a coach or an athletic trainer, so he's actually passing his knowledge on to all the baseball players he trained. Like, hey, you need to get in the gym. We need your hips to be explosive. We need everything to be strong. But it's just crazy the contrasting beliefs, right? I mean,
No, I'm just I even post on Facebook. I post for accountability and to try and motivate people because, like I said, I'm 57 years old, so I actually do a PT accountability report on Facebook pretty much every day.
Just to check in, even the weekends, or do you take the weekends off?
No, I mean I typically work out every day.
Nice.
And, I mean, typically in a 2-week period, I might miss a day.
Now, as it gets nicer outside, are you going to take some of your stuff outside as far as maybe walking more or bicycle or any of that? Or?
Well, I got 3 cattle dogs, and so I'm always walking them. And I'd like to do the Tai Chi outside in the better weather too.
Oh yeah, do you take it to the park or something? Right, a group of people.
Oh yeah, it'd be great. I'd like that.
So yeah, maybe we can get talking a little bit more about that, kind of your experience in martial arts. I'm curious where it all began and what all different styles you've practiced.
It initially started with judo, and I did that for a short time. Then I did Okinawa karate in college, and then I started in on taekwondo, and that's what I really immersed myself in. But all at the same time, I was practicing Jeet Kune Do, which essentially is just MMA. Is what it is, in my opinion.
Sure. So there's punches, kicks. There's still. I imagine there's still a little bit of grappling too.
Yeah. It's just basic MMA. I mean, that's what Bruce Lee was all about. Is kind of his Jeet Kune Do his whole idea was just to borrow from them all.
And throw away what doesn't work and keep what does.
Oh
right?
yeah,
and make it your own.
He was right. He was he just huge impact. That guy, that guy was amazing. Yeah.
So that's been your main has been Jeet Kune Do now, as far as martial art wise. Or?
Yeah, well, I mean, lately I've been teaching and doing the Yang Kung-fu style, long form, and it's great because again, I'm 57 years old, so and that's actually Tai Chi is actually Kung Fu. So I mean, I'm doing this. And having had this diverse background of these different martial arts, being into boxing and all that, I realized that Tai Chi is a lot more a lot more scary if you got into it with someone that knows Tai Chi, if they have a background, I think, in the mixed martial arts.
Sure.
So, and then you understand what you're doing.
If it's because I imagine there's probably styles that are more practical,
right?
And then there's more that are kata type too, right?
I say what it is when you've learned a lot of martial arts like Jeet Kune Do, MMA, when you've learned that to a large degree, and then you do Tai Chi, you understand what Tai Chi, you understand what those moves are all about. Yeah, and you understand how amazingly effective they are at speeding you up. Most people don't know what Tai Chi is.
Yeah, if you were to go into Tai Chi with no other background, you'd probably be missing quite a bit, right?
I mean, unless you're learning from someone like me, and then I'm gonna tell you.
You're gonna integrate everything else too.
Oh, right.
You did boxing too, then?
I love to box. I just I was too smart to get the ring too much. I just Well,
you still are then. That must mean you didn't get in there too much, right?
Well, I mean, I had my conflicts out and about, but
Yeah.
I mean, I loved it. If I had a guarantee I wasn't going to get hurt, I'm fine boned. So,
Well, and there's so much stuff coming out with the concussion now too. With brain trauma happening with all these people.
Well, it's I've been hit my share, and I even feel it today. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that research wasn't out 20 years ago or anything.
Yeah.
It's fresh. And
it doesn't seem to be slowing too many people down though. I don't. Maybe it is. I don't have the inside facts, but
right. I mean, there's still a bunch of crazy people that want to get in a cage and fight, I guess. But
and I love to watch.
Oh yeah,
I'm a huge fan.
I'll pay to watch. I mean,
this
This last weekend was actually a total surprise to me how good that card ended up being.
Oh, it's great. I had a feeling. I was just Ortega. Ortega is the one who really jumps out to me.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Of all the fights, that one, and then the other one that jumped out to me was that DQ. Did you see that, Hector Lombard?
Oh, the guy that actually went down and he won the fight?
Yeah. He landed a 1-2 after the horn.
Oh.
And pretty much concussed the other guy.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember that. That might have been on the undercard or on the prelims.
Oh, okay. I didn't see all the prelims, but there was one guy. I'm not good with names, but there's one guy that really stood out to me, and you probably remember his name. He went down. He went down with a leg injury and actually won the fight.
Sean O'Malley, right?
I thought he was a character.
Man, he's another one, dude. Another guy that's probably going to come up and do some big things, I think.
I hope so. I hope he didn't hurt himself bad. I don't really know to the extent that he got injured.
It was his foot. I guess it wasn't a break. I follow him on Instagram. I guess it wasn't like a total break, but I don't know the details. So should be okay, I guess.
Yeah, that was the fight that was the second best in my opinion.
Yeah. And the absolute worst fight was probably Cyborg because he already knew ahead of time what was going to happen.
There was fear written all over her opponent's face.
Oh, she dismantled her after the first right hand Cyborg landed.
Yeah,
you could see her covered up. That's it.
She looked terrified. Yeah, she looked terrified.
I mean, she went up a weight class, and it was her first ever UFC fight. And you're going against this woman who's bigger, stronger, the best.
Cyborg's going to be tough to knock off.
Yeah, I think she's just going to have to just retire, and if anyone else wants to take that belt, that's going to be their only option for a while, anyways.
Yeah.
There's guys out there that would probably have a really hard time with her.
Yeah. She's very, very tough. I mean, she's I mean, I like her. More power to her.
Yeah, no doubt. I wouldn't want to start anything with her.
Oh,
no. No. So if we could switch it up a little bit and tell me more about, we were talking off the air about the memoir that you're going to be working on writing.
Oh yeah, my life story.
Nice. So what have you already started on it, or is this
I self-published it already, but that was quite a ways ago. But I'm writing the memoir now, being a much better writer, and it's just my life story, which has all kinds. It has everything in it.
Have you been into writing too for a while, or is this just something you decided to venture into?
I've been into reading all my life. I've loved to read, and it's just some talent that I discovered I had, and I have more than enough of a story to write, and so there I am. I'm working on that pretty much every day for a few hours.
Nice. Is that going to be available to anyone too on Amazon? Or?
God willing, I hope so. I mean, my goal is to have it, out there in the next 9 months or so. That's my goal.
So by the end of the year, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow. So now you said running and sports all runs in the family, and you have a son too?
I have a son, yeah. Well, actually, I have two sons, and they're both outstanding athletes. One ran for Aurora University, the other ran for Loyola.
Nice. And have they since graduated?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one's actually training for Chicago Marathon. He wants to qualify for the Olympics in the marathon.
Wow, 2020 Olympics, right?
Yeah. He's the fastest distance runner that's ever gone to Harlem High School.
Wow, so he's still got the record to this day, right?
Yeah, he just recently broke it. I mean, he's 23 now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the ages? One's 20.
One's 23 and one's 22.
Okay, so they're both right in the same age.
Yeah.
They can push each other.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they're. I had a blast raising them. I mean, they were just. We had a lot of great times. They're amazing kids.
Yeah. Now, I noticed you're a man of faith too, right? I mean, I see on Facebook. Has that always been a part of your life as well? Or
it's always been a part of my life. I mean, it's always been. And right now, it's the main thing in my life. It's everything. But that's my Christianity faith is very strong. But like I said, my book is very filled with drama. So I haven't always been anything but a choir boy, So I've had my life, and there's been. So it definitely has a big impact.
Yeah, and is that something you probably? I imagine you cover in the memoir. Any sort of like defining moments that kind of changed or opened your eyes?
Oh, yeah, I'm still having defining moments all the time, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah, if there's one that sticks out and you want to share, you can. I mean,
I've experienced a lot of miracles, in my life, and I know people get a little skeptical with that point, but I've had 2 healings in Pentecostal churches. Well, one was in Pentecostal church, one was just on my own. But I'm a skeptic by nature, but it's just it wouldn't be coincidence. I just know miracles. Yeah, right.
And this was a healing on yourself, or
Yeah, I was healed of a stomach ailment, right? And recently I was healed of. I struggle with depression and anxiety, and I was pretty much healed of that completely.
Wow. You know what? That same guy I was telling you about, that the baseball thing,
Right.
he's experienced something very similar to that. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's, very, very much on the same page as you when it comes to that.
Okay.
I myself don't have an experience as far as head needing healing, so I can't say that I've gotten healing because I haven't been to the spot where I had needed it.
Right.
I still am a believer, but I just haven't needed it.
Right.
So that makes sense, right?
I tell you what, as you get older, all these things you think about more and more and more, and then all of a sudden you start seeing things. It's kind of like with my faith. People a lot of times will show me a miracle, and I'll believe. But it's just the opposite. If you believe wholeheartedly, then all of a sudden you'll start seeing some miracles, and that's what happened to me.
Yeah. Now you probably see them everywhere.
I see. I do. I really do. So I mean, I'm in a good place right now.
Yeah, and as far as preaching, isn't that something you're trying to?
Oh yeah, I do that on Facebook, just here and there. But I'd like to start preaching Saturday nights at church, right? Mm-hmm.
Right. Did
Saturday
you have
afternoons?
Did you have a certain one in mind, or just
well, I got to start bouncing it off pastors more. I hope I would like to see something happen, maybe at Calvary, but I haven't really bounced it off from Calvary Memorial Church.
Okay, is that one you attend pretty regularly?
Yeah, I've attended that, and right, I don't know if he's open to it. I have to speak to him.
Yeah. If you're listening,
yeah. It's he knows that I'm what I'm up to, and he's kind of checking out my messages and kind of letting me know where he thinks I'm at as far as being evangelist.
Yeah, and then obviously you're on Facebook too, and sharing. You're always sharing something positive. I see.
Yeah.
Fairly regularly, or a dog picture, one or the other.
Oh yeah, no, I have a lot of fun with dogs. Like I said, I got 3 cattle dogs, and I train dogs, and even refer to myself as the dog man.
Caesar Milan, the Rockford.
Yeah.
The dog whisperer.
I have a lot of good luck.
Yeah. No, that's good, man, because some of them can be very hard to train.
Oh yeah, I'm nuts about them. Yeah, and that's linked to my belief too. I believe that they're the animal that God created, that He really reveals Himself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all they want to do is love you. I mean, all they want to do is be with you. They always forgive you. I mean,
they always want to do whatever you
whatever you want to do. They're amazing. I'm a dog nut.
Yeah, we have a new puppy too, because I unfortunately had to put my last one down. He was very bad shape. I don't want to get too deep into it, but he was not well, and now we're dealing with a 3 or 4 month old puppy that a lot of fun, but a lot of messes,
Right, yeah.
But they say, I know, I don't know the exact statistics, but dog owners are projected to live longer than people that don't have dogs.
Oh, I'm always preaching people to rescue dogs. I'm big into rescue. All 3 of mine are rescues, and so I'm big into that. I'm always encouraging people to, rescue dogs, and I mean, I think they enhance your life. I mean, it's a lot of work, but if you do the work, I have no doubt it lowers blood pressure. I mean, I know this, anxiety, all these things.
Depression,
they're
all that.
Oh, yeah.
You've got a friend no matter what. You've got your best friend there.
Yeah,
right?
always, right. Yeah.
You've got your workout partner. If you want to go for a jog, you've got your jogging partner.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No, they're just, they're amazing. So I'm a big believer. Always had a dog my whole life.
Yep. Actually, myself and Jackie, we were going to do some research for an episode about that soon here. Like some deeper research about the numbers, because that is... I've read a little bit about it, that obviously having a dog will enhance your life and extend your life, but I can't remember the statistics, so I don't want to get too crazy on it and be way off, 50 years, it'll add maybe 5 or 10, I don't know, but either way, it's a good thing, and you're helping an animal instead of getting it put down. So if I could switch it up again, I wanted to kind of get an idea of what you had for goals and resolutions for this year, 2018, or if you made yourself a list.
I've always been one to do that and write things down, but as it stands right now, I I don't do that anymore. I just know the path I'm on, and I just try and stay on it. And right now, I'm bringing my weight down, and at age 57, my goal is to get chiseled, ripped.
Jacked. Get that beach bod. Right?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you never know. I mean, I have the genetics, so I just keep shooting it. I'm starting to kind of mess around with diet, and
That's where it's huge.
That's huge. It's huge, and that's the thing. I've always dropped the ball there. I've never had any trouble getting to the gym. But
you
that's
train hard, but
yeah.
you got to get the
yeah. So I'm messing around with a little bit of the Atkins, and just kind of all common sense, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean it's simple but not easy, right?
No, it's not. No.
You can,
Right.
we all know what
Right.
we have to do,
Right,
right?
yeah.
I mean, there are people that have asked me for advice. I'm like, and I tell them, and I know they already know this stuff, but they
Yeah.
just need someone else to tell them.
Right.
A lot of times.
It's amazing, if you want to write a bestseller or something, write a diet book, but it's like everybody's are always curious about this and that, and but I always maintain that again, it's common sense.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you see people say, "Well, you got to eat less calories than what you burn." Like, yeah, I've known that. It's a given, right? I mean, okay, or you get like the keto diet. I never really got involved with that one, so I'm not too sure how the specifics. You get into ketosis, all this other stuff, but I think at the end of the day, it's calories in, calories out.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
I'm just really cutting down my sugar. And the carbs. That's basically the essence of my diet.
Well, yeah, and with sugar, it's so addicting too.
Oh,
so
yeah,
once you
yeah.
it's really easy to overdo it.
Right.
I mean,
right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, my weakness is later in the evening. I just
bored.
I just in the beginning of the day I'm motivated, and as I get later on, for some reason I'm much more susceptible to just picking up some chocolate.
Yeah, sit down on the couch.
Yeah.
Let a load off. And then eat.
Yeah,
I mean, and that's the thing. Whole foods, right? Because I could eat a whole bag of chips, no problem, right? I would tear that bag of chips up and still be hungry for more.
Right.
But if you gave me just a whole baked potato with nothing on it, just a plain potato, I would have a hard time finishing that potato, right?
Yeah.
But I could eat that much weight in potato chips, but an actual potato, the real food,
right.
I have a hard time. So I always tell people too, if you're eating real whole foods, it's kind of hard to overeat, If
it is, yeah.
As long as as long as you're staying away from the junk, because it's easy to overeat cookies and cheesecake and ice cream, but it's hard to overeat on chicken breast and rice, really.
Oh, right. Well, I got friends on Facebook that are constantly very much into the before after pictures.
Sure.
And
that's huge.
I love having them on my page because every day I see that and it motivates me, so very into that. And I would like the post where it says your food is either contributing to your illness or it is contributing to your health. I mean, it's just like that basic,
Yeah,
so
it is.
It's medicine. It's
Again,
medicine.
yeah. It's simple. It's simple, but not easy because that chocolate sounds really good, right?
Yeah. You have to be very disciplined. A big, huge discipline, right?
Yeah, and that's the same. That's one of the benefits of training martial arts is you learn discipline, through it, and then hopefully that carries over to your nutrition, to your training, to all that, right?
Yeah. I mean, a life expectancy. It's all. Yeah. I mean, there's just a lot of good things comes out of it. I generally feel a whole lot better too. I mean, I work out for my physical body, but my mind too. My mind is stress release is amazing. Yeah. And
do you think the knee injury contributed to the weight gain, or were you already on the kind of?
I mean, I had a year where I just, I mean, that was so long ago. That was when I was a kid. So,
or the surgery you just had. I'm sorry, you had a surgery.
Oh, the surgery. Yeah, I just recently went to Mayo Clinic for reconstructive surgery of my left knee. And boy, I tell you what, no Rockford doctors seem to really want to touch it. But, I'm able to do stuff. But boy, it was a scary year there where I was, just walking again. It was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because some people that is what puts them in the spiral of kind of a little bit of a weight gain because they're not moving like they used to.
Right.
Then you're depressed, so you're eating or something.
It was a horrible year. It was a horrendous year, and I was just hoping that I could. I don't know. I didn't even know if I'd be able to walk without a limp. It was scary. Oof. Yeah.
Oh man.
But
Now,
I'm fine now. Like I said, I go and report. Let
get her
everybody.
done every day,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, military.
Yeah. So, what is do you have sort of an end goal for all this? I mean, not just
I mean,
2017, but or
yeah, I
2018,
mean,
excuse me.
I want to get my book published. I'd like to. I really like to. I'm dog training. I want to start the Kung Fu group. I'm going in kind of several directions and seeing what really takes off. I
Just
hope
branching
something does.
out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that'd be like a group where would you have a studio to do that?
Well, I
Or?
mean, I teach in the parks, or I live right on Auburn Street, and I got a great place in the house to do it. So, I'll go back and forth, but yeah, I'll just have I'll make it real simple. Monday through Wednesday, 3 nights, and encourage people to come once a week, and that's enough. And then I'll have a kids class and an adults class, right?
Yeah.
I'll be teaching Kung Fu, and it'd be the Grasshopper Kung-fu group. That's all.
Nice. Do you have actually a Facebook page or something for that yet? Or
No. See, it's all just starting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all.
So
Just
it's all
starting.
here right now.
Oh
Right?
yeah. Well, I taught the martial arts for years, and so I just got out of that. That's part of my story. A lot of drama in there, but anyway, I'm coming back to it because I'm good at it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I take time off, I just do jujitsu because
Mm-hmm.
the only reason I do it too is because I used to wrestle. So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get back into like another grappling
Mm-hmm.
sport, because there's not, a lot of the martial arts are striking, and I like that. I respect
Mm-hmm.
that. But it's just I'm so used to grappling. I just want to get back into grappling, right?
Well, it seems like it'd be easy transition. I don't talk to, I haven't talked to the grapplers all that I would like to, but it seems like it would be an easy transition.
Yeah, it fairly easy, except
Yeah.
for you have to get used to being comfortable on your back. In
Mhm,
wrestling,
right.
you don't want to be on your back because you get
Mhm,
pinned.
Right.
But
Right.
in jiu-jitsu, you want to be on your back so you're looking at your opponent, if
Yeah.
you're down. So
Yeah.
that's the only part that's different. But otherwise, yeah, it's similar. But like you said, when I take time off,
Mhm.
same as you, like I start to miss it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I got to
yeah.
get back,
Right.
whether it's teaching or
Mhm.
training or whatever, I got to get back around that. Just the
Right.
people too, they push you and all that. So
Oh yeah.
and like
Yeah.
you said, a group setting, we had talked earlier,
Uh-huh.
that's where fitness is going too.
Yeah.
Fitness, martial arts, everything is a group setting because
Mhm.
now if you have more than one person, you're holding someone accountable. You're all
Mhm.
holding each other accountable and
Right.
you're all pushing each other.
Right.
It's the best way to get better is to have more people pushing you, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
It's easy to make up excuses to yourself.
Oh yeah.
but-
Yeah. I have training partners over there at Peak, and we get together, and yeah, that it always helps.
yeah, no doubt. So did you have any contact, like social media info you wanted to leave for anyone as we get into a closing? Or
Well, like I said, I'm just on Facebook. It's Daniel Miller, and I post about everything. But as far as creating a page and things like that, like I said, I'm just kind of starting all that.
okay,
So,
just kicking it around, but
Yep.
maybe keep your eyes open for Grasshopper
Grasshopper Kung-fu.
Kung-fu. Awesome. Okay, we're getting kind of tight on time here, so Daniel, thanks for coming out,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Okay.
it.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, guys, we'll see you later.